Hi, Shani. You feeling better? Oh, I wanted the item. Is that Sachine's?
Didn't expect to run into you here.
Oh, hey, Thumb. What are you doing here? And what are you reading? Are those?
Sachine's notes? Yes. I came across his profile while I was organizing some documents and became interested in his research. If it wasn't for that, I never would have agreed to being a commentator. I had a hunch after seeing the fragment of his mind, and sure enough, I came here and found his research.
Wait! So, you've read it already?
Kitties!
Are you alright? How do you feel?
I think you may have misunderstood something. The reason Sachin chose that architect to inherit his research was that only he could really empathize with both the calamity and the humanity that these notes seek to convey. Only one who resonates with these sentiments would suffer and begin to think of history as bleak, the present as perplexing, and the future as pessimistic. Empathy is a double-edged sword. Clearly, I am not the same sort of person as
You
Sachin
can
was.
say that again.
Empaths have many friends, and their wide social circle comes with certain societal advantages. But this also makes it hard for them to achieve their goals.
Why's that?
All important things in life involve other people. As such, it's extremely difficult to live a life that causes no harm whatsoever to others. If you really want to achieve your goals, you have to be prepared to make enemies along the way. Not everyone can deal with that reality, and that reality is like the material here. Objective, heavy, negative. But, at the end of the day, for all these experiment results and conclusions, it's just one person's perspective, Sachin's.
So, what are your thoughts now that you've read it?
As a scholar, Sachin was without a doubt a genius. He laid the blame for the darkness in the world squarely on humanity, experimented extensively with reliable results, and drew logical conclusions. In that sense, one might say his views were correct.
So, people are bad? And things can only ever get worse? All of that's true?
That is not a question for me to answer. Someone else will arrive shortly. You can ask them instead. All I will say is that the world is not built on correctness alone. Sometimes, being correct means nothing at all.
There's words you wrote on your notes. What did that line written in ancient script mean?
Lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism, but perhaps little decisions can. By their own choice, the idealist seeks to bring happiness to all while denying themselves the same. Thus, they shall never reach even the borders of truth until they wipe away the ignorance that blinds them. I've never been able to agree with certain philosophies. Even Sachin himself struggled to comprehend the notion of sacrificing oneself for the greater good. But sadly, all viewpoints will find their supporters, and the way we see the world largely decides our fates. All right then, I got what I came for. These research materials are yours to look after.
I don't want them.
I'll be off.
Why would I want them? Or am I giving them to Skara?
You came here just to read this stuff? You missed out on a big get-together, you know.
Get-together? Ah, yes, that makes sense. This is a good opportunity for that sort of thing.
Guess what? Kaveh treated everyone this time.
Then I'm sure he packed up the leftovers for me. See ya.
Oh, he's so confident.
And there he goes. Well, seems like he really wasn't affected by this research. He said that someone else would answer our questions. Who do you think that'll be?
You wait around near the research materials, just chillin'. Wasting time. Hey, Nahida.
Traveler, Paimon, you're already here. Nahida! Oh, and that guy. Wait, so you asked him to take part in the championship?
He literally told us that right at the beginning.
Yes, it was me. Are you surprised?
Or did he just insinuate it was Nahida, but not actually say outright it was Nahida? I don't remember. No.
Did you know that there was something wrong with the diadem from the start? And if so, why didn't you switch it out for another one? Because Sachin's research is not mistaken. He spent his entire life researching this topic, and these materials are a result of that. These are the crystallization of his wisdom. Yes, I was worried that the material might cause some disruption, but I didn't want to wipe away all his hard work searching for the truth. So instead, I had Hat Guy here help me keep an eye on things.
Why does everybody keep calling him Hat Guy? It's really weird. It sounds like one of Paimon's stupid and insulting nicknames, and it really grates. He has a name. We gave him a name. Use it. If not, just use his epithet.
Seriously? I think you can stop calling me that now.
Yes, for the love of God, please do.
Why? Don't you like it?
No.
Well, anyway, if Sachin's chosen successor hadn't been able to handle his research, or if it had brought pain to more people, he would have intervened at a suitable moment.
Sorry, I just had something pop up on my screen to update it, and it pulls the game down. So, sorry if you get a black screen there for a sec.
And after all that, the person Sachin chose turned his nose up at his life's work. Pretty hilarious.
I was also hoping that this could be an opportunity for you to learn how to interact with people normally. But it looks like that didn't work out.
Nope, but he didn't even try.
That wasn't necessary. I'm still paying you back for your help. And the last thing I need is more reasons to be indebted to you.
Nahida, what did you mean by Sachin's research is not mistaken? Does that mean that you approve of his research? Put it this way instead. Truth to me is like a shroom borer.
That is the weirdest analogy you could have hit me with, but sure.
Some people only see the mushroom on the shroom borer's back, and they conclude that the shroom borer is a mushroom. Others see only the shroom borer's body, and they declare that the shroom borer is a boar. Still others look deeper inside, and determine that the shroom borer is meat. These conclusions are all correct in their own way, but none of them objectively describe the shroom borer. Paimon kinda gets it, but also not really.
Should she have used a food analogy?
The world is the same way. No one, not even I included, can understand it in its entirety. All of us are somewhere on the path toward truth. Within the confines of our limited knowledge, some may blindly believe in the beauty of this world, and others may focus only on its evils. In truth, the most important thing isn't what state the world is in now, but what people hope it will become. But of course, I don't mean that as a criticism or a call to action. Ultimately, my duty as the God of Wisdom is to guide every form of wisdom to a place where it can find its purpose.
That was a long speech. So what are you actually going to do with these research materials?
Because Kaveh, as the successor of this research, does not wish to see these ideas disseminated, I will seal it up. But even though Sachin's research could be considered negative wisdom, it is still a building block of the truth. If someone wishes to follow in his footsteps in the future, I will not stop them. I also look forward to the day that a member of the Vahumana Darshan can not only comprehend his theories, but also find a way out from the despair as well.
Vahumana doesn't have that kind of talent. Wait, you're not intending to keep me in Vahumana long term, are you? I don't remember signing up to become a scholar. Don't you think I'm useful enough to you as a prisoner?
Oh boy, here we go again. You think so? Well, to that, I would say that in Sumeru, even prisoners have a right to an education. I hope that your studies in Vahumana will help you deal with your own fate and learn how best to settle old debts from your past. I will review your final thesis myself. I'm expecting great things from you, Mr. Hat Guy.
Oh my god, she's just manipulated him into becoming a scholar. This is great. Best relationship of the game. Okay, no, it's Alhaitham and Kaveh, but still. Completed. The Arc of Intellect. What? God damn it. I mean, I was gonna go and try and see if I can find Alhaitham. I don't really remember where his house was, though. Oh no. So I was gonna have a lot of issues with that. Yes! But yeah. I'm not sure I remember how to find his house. I really don't remember how to find his house. So where do you want me to go specifically? Oh, I didn't follow the quest. Hold on. My God. my god. Oh my god. When the curtains close, go back to the academia and take a look around. Cafe mentioned that he would be going to the academia for some alone time. Perhaps you should go talk to... Why would you go to the academia for alone time? Seems like a weird place of choice. But if you say so. Cave! Oh, Cave! There you are! Did you get some food for Alhaitham?
Where were you while the rest of us were eating together?
I don't recall being obligated to report my whereabouts to you.
Did you go find another hidey hole to read in?
You're not
You
wrong.
need to change your ways, you know. You can't survive on books alone.
Surviving on meals paid for by you would be harder still.
You? Whatever. It doesn't take a genius to guess what you've been up to. You were investigating Sachin, weren't you? It was obvious from your notes. However, I don't believe his research alone would have been enough to pique your interest. His way of doing things is disturbing, while you... Well, to be fair, your philosophy disgusts me too, but you and Sachin are nothing alike. I don't imagine your views intersect at all. Egoism and nihilism are not the same thing.
My personal interests aside, Sachin's legacy is not entirely meaningless. He conducted experiments on a great scale and left his findings behind. Also, thanks for the compliment, but I'm actually just passing through. I didn't come here for the conversation. Well, not this one at least.
What do you mean? What topic of conversation could be more sacred among scholars than the exploration of differing philosophies?
A very good question.
Well, based on what I've learned, Sachin and his disturbing way of doing things, as you put it, is very likely to have met your father 20 years ago.
Huh?
What did you say? Wait, so... No. Surely that doesn't mean... Huh. So that's why he thought I looked familiar. My father must have gone into the desert due to his influence.
I'm afraid so.
Good thing I shattered that diadem. From now on, nothing like that will ever have to happen again.
The boundaries of knowledge are ever expanding. Someone else will inevitably pick up the same line of research one day, and Vahumana regards it as a reasonable research direction.
Oh, not this again. Even if you're right and people are bound to fall into the same intellectual traps, things won't necessarily go the same way again next time. You have to admit that the actions of one individual don't always predict the behavior of the group, and vice versa. Take Sachin, for instance. He's quite an anomaly.
And so is the one who stopped him. You. Conflicts of this nature are indeed exceptional, but it will occur again in the future. You said it yourself. The actions of one individual cannot predict the behavior of a whole group. You know that not everyone would have chosen as you did.
Even so, I stand by my views. You can forget about trying to convince me.
That's fine. We've been arguing over this for years, and I don't hold any hope of you understanding. The issue we're debating has long since moved on from who's right and who's wrong.
Thanks for letting me know all this.
What?
I said, thanks for letting me know. Hey, stop acting like you didn't hear me. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you?
They say that earnest thanks should be given thrice, so one more time, please.
You're just mean. Hey, don't swap out my booze with these people. That's just mean. Is that it? That's literally all we had. Ugh. I don't know where he lives. I don't remember where I went to find his home for the quest line because I went to the wrong place originally. I think it's this one right here, but I don't remember. I feel like it's his home. Oh god. But I genuinely don't remember where he lives. So I don't think I'll be visiting him at his home anytime soon. Yeah. No, I think it was that one. But that's okay. It doesn't matter, though the one's right next to it, so maybe not. I don't think there are any post-event conversations you can have, except it looks like there might be one here, question mark. I don't really know where it is, but I feel like it's back by where they were over that way. I think, maybe? I thought they were trying to say there was an old man over here, but I don't see an old man over here, so maybe I'm wrong. I thought he was by a bridge. I don't know. Maybe I'm very wrong. I swear it looked like there was an old dude with a conversation. But I have no idea where it was. It looks like he's at the top of the map.
Yes.
Wait, isn't this exactly where I was though? Oh no. Yes? No? Yeah, it looks like he's over there. Maybe you have to go chat to him before the end of the actual quest line. Yeah, he's here. So maybe I did miss out on that conversation. Sorry, I'll just wait for like daytime. In case he only appears at a respectable time of the day. No. Okay, so yeah, there was a conversation you could have here with an old man, but that ain't happening, so never mind. No biggie. Hi. Wait, what? No. Bye. Right, so we need to finish up this quest with Dory. That incident from 20 years ago. Dory says that she has latest update on the Academia Extravaganza. Why not go and hear it? Probably should have done this like during the middle of the other quest line, but whatever. Oh my god, this is a clusterfuck of icons. Hi, Dory. Tell me. Tell me all the goss. Oh, wait, what? I've got to talk? I don't like talking. Have you decided to buy information from me? Palmer's a little curious about your exclusive information, but we need to hear the price first. If it's too expensive, then forget it. I'll sell it to you for the fixed price of 1 million mora. That's a lot. Never mind. 1 million mora can buy lots and lots of tasty food. Wait a sec. Let me see. Palmer's is customer number 1001 for today. For today? That's physically impossible. The original cost of the information was 1 million mora, but for you, the price is now free. What? Palmer didn't know such luck exists. Wait, you're not betting us into spending, are you? Maybe the first sentence is free, but not the next sentence. Ha ha. That's something Dory would do. If you don't want it, fine. Next. Wait. Forget what Palmer said. Well, listen. Dory's exclusive scoop number 1. Do you remember the Diadem of Knowledge? Palmer remembers that only the champion was entitled to wear the diadem. It seemed very valuable. Exactly. The diadem that Sachin gave the Academia was a rather expensive antique. Yet this very diadem, after it was donated to the Academia, was lost by them once before. Ooh. Why didn't we hear about this? If everyone knew about this, would my information still be considered exclusive? Of course, this information doesn't come from nowhere. I've got witnesses too. There's a young fellow named Kashmir from the suburbs. If you're interested in delving further, you could ask him. The password is that incident from 20 years ago. Okay. The suburbs, you say. That gentleman up there, with the holy light coming to descend upon him. Hello, Kashmir. Why do you keep putting Palmer in the way? Who are you guys? Is there something you need? That incident from 20 years ago. I guess I shouldn't have told anyone. Last time I had too much to drink and blabbered a little too much. And now people are seeking me out. Since you're curious, I guess I'll tell you. I was just 6-year-old grammar 20 years ago, so I can't remember clearly what happened at the time. But recently, I read the diary I kept when I was a child and vaguely recalled the situation back then. The Interdarshan Championship was also held that year. There were 3 rounds, the last of which was outside the city. I begged my mum to take me out of town to see it, and when she refused, I snuck out. At 6? Oof. And then? I ended up getting lost outside the city. In the middle of nowhere, there was no one around. I grew more and more frightened and began to cry. That's when I saw some strange creatures. I can't remember what they looked like. I only remember how, as a child, I stopped crying at the sight of them. Is this going to be the Aranara? Strange creatures? They must be the Aranara. They took me to the competition. Unfortunately, by the time we got there, it was too late. It was already over. Just when I was disheartened, I suddenly saw one of those strange creatures slowly dragging a crown along. It was a beautiful crown, shining in the moonlight, and I could not help but follow it. I saw the little fellow hide the crown in a hollow tree before disappearing. I wanted to touch that crown, but at the moment I could hear the distant cries of my mother. It turns out she figured out I was lost and got her neighbours to go looking for me. I never got to touch it. It wasn't until I was older, when I saw the Diadem of Knowledge at the Interdarshan Championship, that I realised it was the same thing. Alright, do you remember where that diadem ended up? It's probably in the Avidia Forest, but I've been back a few times and I haven't found anything. No one would believe me even if I told them. Alas, even I can't remember it clearly. Perhaps it was a dream I had when I was a child. Well, should we go look for it then, Ara? Well, we can't look for it because it's broken. We know where it is. But we at least can see the Aranara. I can chat to any we find in the area. Is it inside the tree hollow? Oh, I forgot I'm meant to be collecting things. Oh dear. Because I need to do the thing that I completely forgot I was supposed to be doing. Hi, completely forgot you existed. I still don't know whether you require specific things or not. I'm going to run out of things super quickly if I don't start collecting 150 things every week. Yeah, you never know when you might need pine cones in future. Oh yeah, elemental attacks. You guys said to use catalyst peeps.
Yeah. Grow. Yeah. Sharing my knowledge.
You never know, might make it go faster. Probably not. You're getting further and further away from it. Yay. Oopsies. I was trying to scroll through to see what they were, but oh well. Hi! Anywho, distracted. There's something over here I can collect. Mushroom. Oh, hi. I'm not quite sure where I'm going. Continue looking for clues. Am I trying to get... Oh, there's this ladder over here. I see it. Hello? There's a hole in the tree. It seems completely empty and there's nothing in it. Wait, there's a note there. The good Nara taught Arakasyapa how to read. Arakasyapa must protect the good Nara. What's this supposed to mean? Sachin's article. Ask to read for more information. Hold on, we need to collect some shit before we leave. I like how you interact with the carrots and an apple and a cabbage come out. Makes perfect sense. Dottie. Excuse me. I just want to investigate. Like. Oh, hey, doggo. Again. Well, if it isn't Lunara and Paimon yet again. I have the latest update on the Academia Extravaganza. Would you like to hear it? How much is it? It's free! Isn't Lord Sangama Bay generous? Is that how you pronounce it, Sangama? Do you guys remember Sachin? What do you mean, do I remember? What kind of a question is that? The guy who sponsored the Academia Extravaganza. Paimon heard that the prize money and the Diadem of Knowledge came from him. Bingo! In fact, not long ago, when I was doing business in the desert, I met an old businessman. And guess what I got from him? A dealer's ledger. With it, I can avoid dangerous areas in the desert and go to more places. Of course, the most important thing in that ledger, is that the ledger mentions Sachin. It turned out that Sachin had been to the desert to investigate the people's local conditions and customs. He also had cordial exchanges with the travelling merchants in the desert. Much of the text is lost, but this is a first-hand account of the big sponsor behind the Academia Extravaganza. Would you like a look? Okay, let's have a look then. Yes, it's smaller than the other one. Old papers. The sandstorms are raging. The caravan is stalled. We ran into a scholar calling himself Sachin. He said he could sponsor the caravan, provided that This is a trial of human nature. Betrayal. Plunder. There was nothing we could do. No one could withstand. If I could do it all over again, I would never have taken that money. Then they wouldn't have had to die, and I wouldn't be living like this. A fate worse than death. People are the most terrifying animals in this world. Eh? This is all hard to understand. Dory, what does this all mean? What does this all mean? I'm afraid that if you need it analysed, it'll cost you an extra million more. Forget it then. Well, since you're not paying, that'll be all for Dory's special news. But let me give you a hint. There should be someone here who's been to a lot of academic extravaganzas. Perhaps you could talk to them. I hope you're going to tell me. Talk to someone at the venue. At the what? Oh, the venue of round 2. Okay. Wait, is this going to be the guy that I was trying to talk to? He was part of this quest? Yeah, it's this guy. Okay, so I had to do Dory's quest to find him. I see. Hi, Vasudeva. Alas, seeing these young children, I can't help but reminisce about the past. The Interdarshan Championship has always been a stage for young talent. Unfortunately, not every genius will be successful eventually. Why do you say that? Geniuses are mostly stubborn and cold and find it hard to understand the pain of others. Empathetic people, on the other hand, often fall into self-doubt and depression. People who are not firm can only stand still, while people who are determined but walk down the wrong path refuse to look back. There's a lot to think about here. That's it? That's all you had to say on the matter? Where is this other person at? You. Down? Down where? Excuse me, sir. I'm coming. Huvishka. For this year's Interdarshan Championship, my favourite has to be Sino. Aside from his skills as the General Mahamatra, looking back at the tournament's history, the Spantamad Darshan has the highest percentage of champions. Many people say that Spantamad Darshan produces many talented people, such as Cyrus, Ruzika, Lisa, Sino. Did you say Sino twice? I wasn't paying attention. The brighter the talent, the sooner the game will lose its suspense. The brighter the talent, the sooner the game will lose its suspense. Ah, right. The most exciting competition was still 20 years ago. At that time, my friend also participated in the game, and I went there to cheer for him. The last round was played in a Vidya forest. In the end, no one dared to approach them, and no one knew what was going on in the depths of the forest. Then I heard the Academia shut down the competition. Later, the Interdarshan Championship removed many of the events in which people fought to the death, discouraging people from being so desperate enough to do so. Well, I don't understand why that was even a rule. Or rather, wasn't a rule to start off with, because wouldn't the Academia want to discourage the killing of its own scholars? Would that not be counterproductive to their goals as an institution? What is your friend like? Let me think. He's honest and kind, but he's also vulnerable and sensitive. Most of all, he cares about us. When we drink together, our time is filled with laughter and cheer. It's just too bad that it's all in the past now. Among the friends we drank with, some died, some disappeared, some now live in seclusion. They say fate is fickle. Perhaps it's true. Looks like something did happen 20 years ago. Right, didn't Wikas tell us to seek him out if we had any questions? Now that we have time, why don't we ask him? I don't remember who this person was, but after all of this. But, I'm sorry, just the way he was talking there was just making me think about Sachin and his last appearance. We kind of, not we, I suppose, the game glossed over the fact that Sachin took his own life. It really doesn't dwell on that part. We focus more on the fact of, oh, your dedication 20 years ago was your will. And we sort of just moved on. This guy killed himself. Over nothing. He felt hopeless about humanity and so he killed himself. Like, what? Can we focus on that for a bit? But no, of course the game won't want to focus on self-harm.